students, welcome to our computer class. In today's class, we will revise control statement, which already we have learned in our ICSE syllabus. Now, what is control statement? Which controls the flow of execution in a program. Three types of control statements are there. One is selection control statement, next one is iteration statement or looping statement, and last one is jump statement. So, selection control statement. In Java, we have two types of selection control statement. One is if-else, another one is switch case. So if-else is a statement which is used to take decision. So if is a keyword, always it checks one or more condition after it in parenthesis. And if the condition or the set of condition evolves to true, the statement after if will execute, and else the statement after else will execute. But that else keyword in if-else is optional. Means we may write it, we may omit it. If we don't write else, nothing will happen for the false of the if conditional statement. Now, if else can be cascading also. That means one if is checking one condition, based on that it will take one decision which we will write after the if. Then else, in else we can check one more condition using another if, else if condition. If that condition is true, the statement associated that will execute. Then else if, this way we continue, and at last we can write else part, or we may omit also, because else is optional. Okay, so here we are checking multiple conditions in different if statements. So that is called cascading if-else. Next is switch case. So this is multiple branch selection statement where the value of a variable or expression will be compared with multiple values of integer or character type. This is the disadvantage of switch case, where it can only check integer and character value, no other type of value. Whereas in if-else we can check any type of value. Now this switch statement checks one variable's value or expression in parentheses after the switch keyword with multiple case constant. That means for each constant we have to write a keyword called case. Case then constant value. If it is character constants, we have to write in single quotes. If it is numeric constant, integer constants, we have to write directly without any quotes. And then colon. And then after that the statement. So if the value of the variable or expression match with any case constant, the statement associated with that case will be executed. And at last we can write one default statement just like else of if, which will only execute if the value of the switch variable or expression doesn't match with any of the case constants. Now here we can use a keyword called break, which plays an important role in switch case. Everywhere after each case we have to write break. If we don't write break, what will happen? Control will fall down after the matching case to execute the remaining statement in the switch block. So this way switch case executes its different case constants, and this is called fall through. Now to prevent fall through, we have to use break, so that the statements associated with the matching case will only execute. It will not let the control to fall down to execute the remaining statement after the matching case. Clear? Now next control statement, which is looping statement. In Java we have two types of looping statement. One is variable looping statement, another one is fixed looping statement. So two loops are there, they are variable looping statement, while and do while, where we don't know how many times loop body will execute. And fixed looping statement, only one is there, that is for loop. This will execute for a certain number of time. But while and do while loop can execute for a fixed number of iterations also. That means they are more powerful than for loop. Now in loop we have three types of control statement. One is initialization statement, next one is conditional statement, and last one is update statement. Initialization statement initialize a variable which is called loop control variable, because the execution of the loop depends on the value of this variable. And in conditional statement, we check the value of this variable against another value. And in update statement, we change the value of this variable, either by increasing its value or by decreasing its value. So these three control statements are very, very important for any loop. Now the three expressions where to write in while, do while and for loop. In while loop, first initialization statement, then while test expression, then here update statement. So this is the order in while loop. Initialization statement will be before the loop, which will execute only one time to initialize the loop control variable. Then test expression will be evaluated every time before executing the loop body, and then update statement will execute at the end of the loop. Clear? So this order we will maintain in for loop also. For initialization statement, test expression, update. This is my loop body. So initialization statement will execute only one time at the very beginning of the loop. Then conditional statement will be checked. then if it is true, control will enter into the loop, loop body will execute, and at last update statement will execute. Then from update statement again control will go to the test expression to recheck the test expression for the next iteration. So this is also following the same order. But in case of do while loop, first initialization statement, then here update statement, and at last after the loop while test expression, then semicolon. So that is initialization, update and test. The order is different. Test will be executed every time after executing the loop. Now based on the placement of these three control statement in a loop, loop can be of two types. One is entry control loop, another one is exit control loop. So entry control loop means the entry in the loop depends on the condition. So at first condition will be there. If the condition is true at the beginning, then control will enter into the loop, loop body will execute. After executing the last line, again control will go back to the conditional statement to recheck the condition for its next iteration. So two loops are there, they are called entry control loop. One is while loop, another one is for loop. And exit control loop is only one, that is do while loop. Here entry doesn't depend on any condition. Control will enter into the loop, then at last condition will be checked for the next iteration. Here entry doesn't depend on condition, but exit depends on condition. That's why it is called exit control loop. And while and for loop, they are entry control loop, but exit also depends on condition. That means entry and exit both depends on the condition. Clear? Now in for loop, we can write this three expression at the beginning to form the loop header in first bracket. So I am writing here for, this is initialization statement, then semicolon, test expression, semicolon, update. So this is my loop header. First initialization expression, then conditional statement, then update statement. Two semicolons are very, very important, but these expressions are not important. We can omit all this expression. So if we write for semicolon, semicolon, this loop becomes infinite loop. Now what is infinite loop? The loop which will never stop its execution. That means the loop conditional test never evaluates to false. So here I have not given any condition. That is by default it will take true value. So for true, loop will continue. No initialization statement, no update statement. And if we write initialization statement also, like int I equal to 1, then I plus plus. So this is also infinite loop because update statement is missing. Or we can write true directly. That means always true. Clear? Now this initialization and update expression can consist of multiple statements. So that time we have to use comma. Comma separated list. Like two variable, I will initialize here in initialization expression. Int I equal to 1, comma, j equal to 2. This is one initialization expression. Then condition, then update statement. There also we are updating these two variable, I plus plus, j minus minus. And when to write more than one condition here, so that time either we have to use AND operator or OR operator to merge them. Clear? Now another type of loop is there which is called null loop, which ends with semicolon, or the loop without any body. So this is null loop. Means loop will execute more than one time, but loop body is not there, that means nothing will happen. Only this type of loop used to update the value of a variable or to reach to a certain point. Now these two type of control statement, decision making statement or selection control statement and looping statement, they can be nested each other. That means one decision making statement can contain another decision making statement inside it, or one looping statement can contain another looping statement inside it, or decision making statement can contain looping statement can contain decision making statement. So that is called nesting. Now when one if contains another if inside it, that is called nested if. One is outer if, another is inner if. In switch also we can write another if or switch. So if one switch contains another switch, that is nested switch. One loop contains another loop, that is nested loop. Now while loop can contain do while and for loop inside it. For loop can contain while, do while and for loop inside it. And same way do while loop can also contain while, do while and for loop inside it. The inner loop will execute for each execution of outer loop. And outer loop starts its execution first Inner loop starts its execution inside the outer loop and it terminates before the end of outer loop. So inner loop always executes more number of times than outer loop. So inner loop executes suppose 2 times for each execution of outer loop, and outer loop executes 3 times. That means inner loop will execute 2 times for first execution of outer loop, then again 2 times for second execution of outer loop, and again 2 times for third execution of outer loop. That means total 6 times inner loop will execute inside the outer loop. Clear? Now another type of decision making statement is there, which already we have learned, using ternary operator, question group, which replaces if else. So instead of writing if else, we can write a statement using ternary operator. So that is also one decision making statement or selection control statement. But unlike if else, the expression where we will use ternary operator, else part is essential. So we have to write code, then the else part. But in if else, we can omit else, that is optional. Clear? So we will not learn much today, up to this much. In our next class, we will continue this chapter with jump statement. So till our next class, bye, have a nice day.